However, the aircraft is intercepted by heavy artillery fire shortly after leaving the ground and crashes further ahead.
Major, did you see what happened?
No idea! We saw no impact!
That is territory claimed by the swarms. We need to reach it, fast. There was an armoring chamber below. Jump packs. Sir! The guardsmen.
With respect, my lord! We're Cadians! We can take care of ourselves!
The Space Marines reach the wreckage, discovering that none of the crew members survived. They find Nozick impaled on a piece of metal and surrounded by red symbols. Everything points to a ritual murder, carried out by servants of chaos. Probably the same fate that befell Elian. Chaos is a metaphysical energy capable of generating demons, but also corrupting, more or less easily, every form of life.
Sweep the area.
Brother!
I'm fine. It must be the Rubicon surgery. When? 2 days.
Find it! Hurry!
We should go.
I said I'm fine.
Nozick is dead. Mission is over.
Whoever did this is long gone.
Inside what remains of Nozick's ship, a device appears to have a strong influence on Titus, causing him to lose consciousness after long exposure. Regained his strength, Titus eavesdrops Gadriel and Charion as they discuss the oddities surrounding their highest-ranking officer, beginning to suspect his former position as head of the Death Watch. Titus ignores the episode and reports the latest events to Akaran.
Down there.
Nozick was assassinated.
The Adeptus Mechanicus report said engine failure.
That's not what I saw.
Sergeant. Traitors.
Chaos.
You're sure?
No mistaking it, sir.
Clear the bridge. Nozick was head of a highly classified project.
After learning of the possible involvement of Chaos in the matter, decides to reveal to the three that Nozick had been an essential member of the Aurora project, nothing more than a devastating experimental weapon. The only one capable of continuing Nozick's work is his apprentice Morias Luz, which is located on Avarax, another Tyranid-infested planet.
It's now overrun with Tyranids. This will get you into the cogitator within the facility. You can access Luz's tracker from there. We are on course to Avarax now. I want you ready the second we enter orbit.
Sir, what was on the ship with Nozick?
What concern is it of yours?
The Mechanicus seemed eager to retrieve it, and yet the enemy left it untouched.
Whatever it is, without Luz, it's useless to us.
Titus feels ready to leave, but his strange collapse near the wreck worries his companions in the Inquisition. He then undergoes a diagnostic test to reassure them, without adding further details and not finding altered biometric values. On Avarax, Gadriel reflects on how, among the strange writings next to the body of Nozick, there was one that read, Imura. Charion, strangely blunt, warns Gadriel about using the terminology of such servants of chaos lightly. Titus is also granted some payback when they manage to take down a Carnifex, the same type of tyrannid that nearly disemboweled him a few days early. After breaking into the Archmage's laboratories, walking through piles of human guinea pigs in horror, the lieutenant uses a terminal to track down Luz.
Lieutenant Titus, Ultramarines, 2nd Company.
Enter your command.
Locate Marius Luz.
Access denied. Access rights granted. Establishing locus. Avarax. The city. Temple of Thasian.
Vitals are elevated.
I'll box for a Thunderhawk.
Wait. Open file Project Aurora.
And, against the advice of the others, obtain private information on the Aurora project.
Open file reconstruction.
Brother, those are classified.
No. It was destroyed.
Titus discovers that the weapon is powered by the fragments of a powerful chaotic artifact he believed to have been destroyed, stored in the canister which was recovered in the crash of Nozick's ship. Before obtaining further information, the core that powers the facility is damaged by alien forces, desperate enough to throw themselves into it to shut it down. Having repelled their opponents and escaped the disaster, Titus rejoins Acheron and asks for explanations on the nature of the Aurora project. He claims to have already seen the artifact in person during a military campaign on the planet Graia. It had been used by a traitor marine called Nemiroth, who wanted to ascend a dark deity, but was stopped just short of succeeding, and the source of his power was destroyed in the process. The captain states that Aurora has been approved by the Primarch, the highest authority of the Ultramarines, and that the orders are irrevocable.
I've seen it before, on a planet named Graia. A traitor by the name of Nemroth called it a fragment of the Dark God's power. It almost destroyed the planet.
Graia. Titus, the Mechanicus are acting on orders approved by the Primarch. And here are you, talking of Graia, of all places.
Damn it, Captain. If Chaos is here, if they get their hands on this thing...
Enough!
Titus criticizes such a reckless gesture, which was also carried out in secret. Yet he does not give Gadriel and Chiron better treatment, not telling them about his past.
Then get down there and find him! There are those who would see you sent back to the Inquisition. Tread carefully, brother.
The soldiers are forced to go to the temple where the Mechanicus is hiding, and it is here that they encounter Varellus, an old comrade in arms of Charion.
Chiron! Bless the Emperor. It's good to see you.
Where's your squad?
gone. Neurothroat tore them to pieces.
We need to get across the bridge.
Lieutenant, nothing gets across with that beast up there.
What are we up against?
It has its rear covered and we do not have the manpower to break through. The Cadians are holding the bridge, at great cost.
Set up assault positions by the bridge. We'll deal with the Neurothroat.
Very well. We will avenge them, brother. Watch yourself.
After killing a neurotrope, a tyrannid with telekinetic powers who had decimated his men, Varellus joins the search and escorts his platoon to the temple.
Need a ride, brothers?
Sergeant, good to see you.
The Cadians have the bridge under control. Thought you could use an extra hand.
A welcome offer.
Climb on. The temple is this way.
Lieutenant, the Cadians are requesting support.
Go. Thank you, brother.
Ultramarines!
Have the enemy infiltrated the dome?
No, my lord.
What about the Temple of Thasian?
The dome was evacuated days ago.
Rejoin the main force immediately.
Our orders are to remain here.
On whose authority?
Captain Fairburn. We are to hold this position until further notice.
The dome is empty. Now move on.
But, sire,
I gave you an order.
forgive me, my lord. Perhaps there was a communication error. The captain insisted.
The deserters.
No. We have our orders.
Vox your captain. If you are deserters, I'll execute you myself.
Captain Fairburn, come in. Captain Fairburn, come in.
Ambush!